Saturday the 28th of February, and you're already awake, Aries? What madness is this? Let me guess, you're planning a full English despite only surfacing from the duvet approximately 11 minutes ago. Your doomscope object today remains that potato abandoned in the fridge. Seriously, that thing's probably got a better social calendar than you before lunchtime. This afternoon, you'll spontaneously decide to repaint the downstairs loo turquoise. Then realize it clashes with everything and slump on the sofa to watch back-to-back episodes of Escape to the Country. You'll find that tenner you lost down the back of the settee in 2019. Then immediately spend it on a lottery ticket you won't win. Venus is tutting quietly because you tried to blame her for shrinking your favorite jumper in the wash. By evening, your ambitious plans for homemade pasta will magically morph into a Chinese takeaway, again. You'll start browsing Rightmove at 9:03 p.m. and somehow resurface around 2 a.m., utterly convinced you're about to purchase a crumbling castle in Scotland and become a recluse. Advice: accept that your best intentions are often paved with pizza boxes. Saturday the 28th of February arrives and your commitment to brunch is flakier than a croissant. You are still horizontal, wrestling with the duvet. Those motivational podcasts are just smug, aren't they? Your first coffee will be 80% milk foam because you fancy a cappuccino but can't be bothered to actually make one. By 2 p.m., your friend will suggest a quick pop to the shops, which translates to accidentally spending 90 quid on a scented candle that smells suspiciously like your nan's bathroom. You'll emerge feeling only slightly less empty inside, but significantly poorer. Treat yourself. You need treating for treating yourself. Tonight, binge watching that baking show you have already seen so many times the contestants feel like extended family. Attempting a fancy recipe is for people with actual skills. Constructing a pillow fort and strategically ordering pizza to arrive at precisely 7:17 p.m. is the adult equivalent of winning the lottery. That group chat is pinging off, but honestly, bore off. Advice: embrace the horizontal life. At least your Netflix queue is impressive. Saturday, February 28th. You're not emerging, you're being evicted. That second alarm was less a philosophical debate, more a hostage negotiation. Brunch is the Everest you're scaling today, base camp, the fridge. Get Up and Go has phoned in sick with a suspicious cough. By 2:22 p.m., you'll be in a social situation, but mainly observing, like David Attenborough narrating the mating rituals of slightly tipsy humans. Your doomscope object today is a scrunchie with stretched elastic, representing your enthusiasm for social engagements after one Prosecco. Expect 2 cancellations and accidentally liking your aunt's holiday photos from 2012. Venus isn't judging, she's just taking notes for future reference. Tonight, consider the sofa your spirit animal. Binge watching is the plan, but finding something is the real challenge, isn't it? Mars retrograde is causing havoc with the remote, but mainly because you're using your toe. Gemini, your Just Eat history contains enough takeaways to shame a small restaurant. Advice: stop promising yourself you'll start that diet on Monday. Cancer, the planets have conspired to make your Saturday lie-in resemble a hostage negotiation. You'll emerge sometime around 11s, squinting at daylight like it owes you money. You'd promised yourself a nutritious acai bowl, but found yourself face down in a tin of Quality Street before you could say superfood. Venus is turning up the wonk today. Conversations will feel like you're talking fluent Martian. You'll spend an hour deciding whether to wear your going out leggings or you're staying in leggings, forgetting you have actual jeans. Any attempts at socializing will end with you oversharing that time your nan accidentally sent a risque text. Tonight, abandon all hope of getting anything done. Those half-finished DIY projects can wait. Order enough takeaway to feed a small village and settle in for a marathon of cat videos. You'll resurface only to loudly declare, "I'm treating myself," at the laptop screen. Advice: stop catastrophizing, Cancer. The universe thinks you need a bacon sandwich and a cuppa. Saturday the 28th of February, Leo, dawns after a dream where you taught a tortoise to tap dance on Strictly. The morning involves selecting the perfect filter for your crumpets. You'll use at least 11 before settling on Valencia because, let's face it, you look better through it. Mars retrograde is causing havoc with your choice of cereal today, leading to a full-on existential crisis in the breakfast aisle. This afternoon you planned world domination, or a nap. Instead, you're now the bewildered owner of a singing frog and a slightly judgmental garden gnome. Spent a solid half hour convincing your mate that glitter is a legitimate fashion choice. Your doomscope vegetable today is a Swede that looks suspiciously like your ex. Probably best avoid. Evenings are for subtly rearranging the cushions, hoping someone might just pop round with a bottle of Prosecco. At approximately 9:09 p.m., you'll rewatch that episode of Bake Off you claim you almost got on, narrating it as if you were actually there. The stars are staying silent. Wisely. Advice: stop blaming the cat for your online shopping addiction. This Saturday, you surfaced around midday, Virgo. Venus hasn't ghosted your sleep cycle, she's run off with the entire bed linen. Your plan to make sourdough from scratch has evolved into intensely Googling best supermarket loaf. This afternoon involves leaving the house, mainly to prove you can. The local shops hold promise, until you notice 3 other people sporting your exact handbag. Retreating indoors, you'll then rearrange the spice rack alphabetically. Group chats pinging, but you are too busy critiquing emoji usage to respond. Tonight, your Netflix suggests a documentary about competitive ferret grooming. You'll watch it all, naturally, while simultaneously attempting Nigella's chocolate cake. It's burnt. The moon is encouraging late-night browsing for heated slippers. You already own 3 pairs. Advice: let your partner choose the takeaway. Even if they pick pizza again. Surrender, Virgo. The universe rarely folds its socks. Saturday the 28th of February greets you far too early. The sun's acting like it pays your rent. Ambition's gone AWOL, last seen heading for a spa in the Maldives. Brunch hangs in the balance, caught between a bacon butty and the crushing weight of existence. Venus thinks you need a talking to. By lunchtime you'll be trying on outfits for a trip to the shops which are closer than your wardrobe. This afternoon involves an exhaustive search for a cushion. Not just any cushion, mind, the cushion. It'll end with an abandoned online cart and a strong desire for biscuits. A friend will suggest activities. You'll smile politely while plotting their demise. Your doomscope animal today is a mackerel swimming upstream in the wrong river, which is less decisive than you choosing a Netflix show. Evenings are for self-care, which translates to doom scrolling while wearing pajamas inside out. You'll spend an age negotiating with yourself about ordering a takeaway, then end up eating toast in front of the telly. Mars retrograde is personally sabotaging your watch list. Advice: embrace the chaos, darling. But put the credit card away. Scorpio, the planetary alignment suggests your Saturday starts at precisely 11:37 a.m., though you'll swear it was only 5 minutes since you last looked at the clock. Those unread messages? Consider them vintage. The full moon is judging the crumbs situation on your pajamas, specifically that rogue bit of hobnob. This afternoon, Venus is auditing your internet history and is very interested in that questionable ASOS purchase from 21. Forget vintage treasure hunts, you'll spend a solid hour searching for bargain garden gnomes, declaring the search research. You'll then spend approximately 3 hours mentally redecorating your bathroom, fueled by lukewarm tea and spite. As evening arrives, stellar bodies are emphatically pointing towards the sofa. A takeaway is inevitable, followed by the streaming service deep dive that ruins half your Sunday. You'll somehow end up knowing everything about the kazoo player from that 90s sitcom your mum mentioned once. The stars have spoken. Advice: pretend you're on a video call. Nobody can tell you're wearing pajama bottoms. Saturday the 28th of February, Sagittarius, sees you surfacing around midday, still clinging to the dream of brunch. The coffee maker will mock you, producing something akin to dishwater masquerading as caffeine. Your doomscope animal today is a raccoon who found the recycling bin, and is now judging your life choices with its beady little eyes. Venus suggests you'll pop out for a few bits and return 3 hours later, laden with things you absolutely didn't need. Online browsing will start innocently enough, then suddenly you're researching llama farms in Peru. Mars is making your impulse control weaker than a toddler near a pick-end mix. The garden furniture remains untouched, naturally. By 7 you'll be knee-deep in recreating that bake-off showstopper, when you realize you're missing, well, everything. Pizza it is. Again. Tonight you'll doomscroll until 3:03 a.m., ending up watching a man fold fitted sheets. Fascinating. Advice: embrace the chaos, at least it makes for a good story down the pub. Saturday dawns, eventually. It nudges you awake around 10, like a cat trying to suffocate you for attention. Brunch. More like microwaving last night's pizza while simultaneously judging yourself on TikTok. The existential dread is already brewing, isn't it? Your afternoon's trajectory resembles a pinball machine. The innocent intention of buying milk somehow ends with you adopting a vintage teapot shaped like Winston Churchill for an exorbitant price. Some persuasive shop assistant told you it was an investment, Capricorn, and you crumbled. Happens to the best of us. Evening sees your grand plans for a relaxing soak in the tub morphing into a 3-hour documentary about the mating rituals of garden snails. You started watching Bake Off, then somehow spiraled into competitive vegetable carving until 2 a.m. Self-care, you'll mutter, while applying eye cream and scrolling through pictures of champion pumpkins. Advice: stop trying to schedule spontaneity, it's like herding cats on roller skates. This Saturday, Aquarius, you'll wake up at an hour that makes you question your life choices, mainly because daylight is involved. Your internal clock insists it's still midweek. By 11 a.m., you'll be intensely debating whether a third croissant counts as self-care. Spoiler, it does. Later, around tea time, prepare for an impulse buy of legendary proportions. You'll acquire a hat. A truly magnificent, utterly ridiculous hat. Your partner will diplomatically suggest it's eye-catching. Your friends will stage an intervention, via text. The evening sees you firmly planted on the sofa, remote in hand, convinced your neighbors are secret serial killers thanks to the newest documentary. Tonight, it's all cucumbers suspiciously. Netflix is your only friend. You'll be asleep by 9, dreaming of alpacas wearing tiny hats. Your doomscope animal is a stoat in winter camouflage at the wrong time, as obvious as a mime at a funeral. Advice, stop overthinking it. The bin needs emptying. Pisces, Saturday morning. Or as you call it, pre-brunch nap time. By 11:37 a.m. you'll be wrestling with the duvet, convinced it's still Friday and demanding a recount. Brunch plans require superhuman effort, specifically the ability to lift your head and mumble full English. Mercury is doing the foxtrot, so prepare for minor domestic catastrophes. Expect to find your keys in the fridge. The afternoon's critical mission? Finding the sofa sweet spot, that one cushion that supports you just right. Treat this with the solemnity it deserves. Socializing today means WhatsApp groups and strategically placed laughing emojis. NASA confirms a gravitational anomaly that specifically prevents you from reaching the gym. It's real, look it up. You won't, though. Tonight demands a takeaway order large enough to sustain a small village. Venus is currently critiquing your choice of comfort, viewing apparently Bake Off isn't highbrow enough. The stars have spoken. Advice, if you find yourself debating the merits of gravy versus curry sauce, just embrace the chaos.